Greetings, fellow adventurers, and welcome to Hazards and Hijinks. My name is Hero, and I am your dungeon master tonight. Wowie wow, do we have a show for you. Thank you so much for joining us. We know you could be anywhere on a Wednesday night, and we are so very happy you are here with us. We have a monumentous show as we kick off a month of fundraising for TENT, the Transgendered Education Network of Texas. That's right, we are devoting all of our energy to raising donations for this great cause to help transgendered children in Texas to protect their rights and show that around the entire country and around the entire world, we support and validate them to the best of our ability. It is a cause near and dear to all of our hearts here at Hazards and Hijinks, and we couldn't be more happy to be working with TENT. So let's raise some money for that. Thank you all of us for being here. Let's get the show started. Now, you all saw that great intro video with the good Captain Goodin plenty, so I don't need to go over that. I can jump straight in to the nitty gritty. Every day, every week, I should say, not every day. It's every day for me, but it's not every day for you. Every week, I head over to our social medias, our Instagrams, our Twitters, which of course you could follow over there at Hazards and Hijinks, as well as our Patreon too. Check that out. Mic drop. You can head over there to participate in figuring out how you can help with our adventure, because it is interactive. And this week I asked, what kind of monster would you like us to take on? And by an overwhelming number, you picked the Flesh Golem. That's right, a cobbling concoction of cadavers and carcasses combined into a creature of cannibalistic and combative might. I almost did it. I almost had entirely C words there. Ooh, how crazy, how clever, how creative. Also, you said when I asked what kind of quest you'd like our heroes to go on, you picked the stealth quest, the most challenging, difficult, and nigh impossible objective we have ever given our cool adventurers, where they must sneak from place to place without being noticed. A task for comedians that is tricky. So, should our heroes be able to pull off one of these tasks, they will earn themselves a level achievement, getting them that much closer to the next level, making them stronger. Should they accomplish both of these, they will get not one, not two, but 3 level achievements, getting them halfway to 6. Which is what they need to level up. So let's hope to see if they can do it. Of course, it's Hazards and Hijinks, and we love to see them fail. And like I said, all of the proceeds tonight and for the rest of the month is going to TENT, is going to transgendered kids. So let's throw as many hazards and hijinks at them as we can to make this adventure wacky, crazy, and fun. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's get to the most important part of the show, the part where I introduce the cast. Now, as a local celebrity in the tabletop role-playing community, I have the great pleasure of knowing some of the best role players and comedians on the planet. And tonight, do I have a cast for you like no other. Starting off with everyone's favorite Burn Baby Burn. Put your hands together for Brandon Burns as Michael Richardson, the Human Hunter.
Oh, it's so good to be here, Mr. Ominous Voice in the Sky.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're so happy to have you back, Michael.
As you should be.
How is your Ash Wednesday?
Oh, you know, filled with fire.
That is par for the course. It is a holiday where we set stuff on fire, so that is good to know. Up next, we have everyone's favorite Dasani spokesperson. Give it up for Nico Dinisi as Veryl Ineptus, the elf Berserker.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm sure the pleasure is all yours.
The pleasure is, in fact, all mine, because whenever I get to meet an elf, especially an elf of your caliber, I go, wow, that's a cool experience for me.
Naturally.
All right, up next, we have everyone's favorite royalty. Put your hands together for Jessamyn Prince as Mildreth Milldew, the human wizard.
Hello, I'm feeling very conflicted about I want to raise money for kids, but also I want to survive the night. But, you know, life comes until it doesn't, and then there's what happens next.
That is, if I remember correctly, the exact motto of Introduction to Necromancy. Life does, and then it does.
Then whatever happens next.
Then whatever happens next. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no, I studied that one really hard. I took a lot of notes.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I would love to read those notes. You should post those. I'm sure our followers on Instagram, no, particularly on Twitter, would love like an entire thread of just like 100 posts going over all of your notes from Introduction to Necromancy.
Really? Do you think that would really be worth it? My time and effort, that would be a positive effect on the world. That would be great.
Yeah, I think so. All right, up next and last but certainly not least, put your hands together for everyone's favorite Nasaka Malimba as Deeds, the Duergar engineer.
Ominous voice in the sky. Is that you? Good to hear you. Good to hear you. I just want to make sure. I thought I heard you say it was Ash Wednesday. That means that I'm out of the loop. Yes.
Well, are any of us really out of the loop of time? Oh, no. Trapped like flies in the web made by death and life. Those two forces, the radiant and the necrotic, spinning as matter flows from one end to the other.
Let's get back. Let's not fall down that rabbit hole. All right. Let's not fall down that rabbit hole.
But to your point, yes, you have made it out of the loop.
I just wanted to make sure, because there was something that happened a little bit ago with Mildreth, who was definitely in the loop. There was like a little bit of a skipping tape thing. So I just wanted to make sure that everything
that's called a hangover. You were just very drunk. Okay, good. I'm glad we cleared that up. Now that we've got our party assembled, let's get this adventure started, shall we? And let's do as we always do, with a hearty huzzah. And join in if you want to. 3, 2, 1. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Let's go. All right. Mildreth and Michael Richardson found themselves at the entrance of the Temple of Oblivion, an ancient structure known to only the most esoteric of necromancers and occultists of death. Michael had thought that this was a secret known only to him and a select few. Mildreth had thought that this was a myth talked about by the most deranged and psychotic of necromancers. And so together, as they both realized that they each had a piece to this puzzle, they went on this quest together to find it. And now they stood before its gaping maw, the cold air of this cavern pulling them closer like a vampire sucking the very essence out of their bodies. They could feel its dark energy foreboding from inside as a whispering voice said, "Come on in, the water's fine."
There it is.
I was so comfortable until that happened. Oh.
That's usually how it works. That creepy voice kind of just ruins the whole vibe of the place.
Like everything here it's so beautiful and meaningful, and then that just like sends shivers up my spine.
Yeah, it's like if HGTV was hosted by that James Corden.
He's not like you wouldn't think he would be so unsettling in a picture, but then in movement it's just
it's like the CGI hasn't caught up to his body and everything is just somewhat out of frame.
Just so I feel like he's about to explode at any minute, and that makes me really uncomfortable, you know?
And that's the last thing you want when you're looking at, like, you know, a house flippers video.
Right, exactly. You watch that to like forget about all of your own problems and the fact that your house is ugly, and just live vicariously through other people and have way nicer houses than you could ever dream of. And then it's just, and then you see that and you're just like, my life is actually okay.
Yeah, and then you immediately turn up. Yeah, Yep.
Yeah. Anyways.
So
Okay.
yeah, if you'd like to go in, you can. It's gonna take a part like that. Like I told you, that's the price it is. You have to be willing to give something to get something.
Right. No, sure. That's law of equivalent exchange. I work with that constantly. I get it. And I'm here and I'm ready. And this is really important. And more importantly, I'm going to be able to shove it in Frankfurt's face. This place is real because he told me it wasn't, but I knew it was.
Yeah. And so Michael and Mildreth stepped forward. Now, let's roll a d4. Mildreth, odd or even?
Odd.
All right, let's roll that d4.
Oh, dear.
It's a 2. That's even. We've had a trap sprung on Michael Richardson. Michael, would you like to take damage? Would you like to lose EP? Or would you like something bad to happen?
I mean, it's in my house. Like, this is my territory. Or was. I'll do something bad.
All right.
Let's see what Gregory's got up in store.
In saying something has to be taken, a wraith appears out of pure shadow. It cloaks itself in darkness, reaches into your stomach and pulls out your kidney. You drop to your knees as it takes it and disappears back into the shadow. You have a gaping wound, blood gushing from it. You don't take any damage, but if you don't get your kidney back by the end of the episode, you will die a permanent character death.
All right. It didn't, you know what? It didn't take my liver, so that's one thing. I'm gonna go, if I go out, I go out, Mildred. We're gonna just do it.
Yeah.
Thank you to our audience for throwing that first trap at us. Keep giving us more because something bad, we always love something bad happening. But, however, Mildred, odd or even?
Odd.
All right, let's roll another d4. That's another 2. Michael, you look beside you and you see a health potion clutched in the hand of a skeleton. You are able to grab that health potion. We have a health potion sent from one of our audience members as well. So thank you for that health potion as well.
We are going to need it. Yikes. Okay, that wasn't that bad. You'll be fine. We're gonna find you your kidney around here somewhere, and we're gonna dust it off, and we're just gonna put it right back in there, right? Yep.
After a few moments, the shadow dissipates, and the voice says, "You have sacrificed something. Enter." And a big white door made out of bone appears. And the door opens, and you can hear as it does, it creaks and cracks like breaking rib cages.
You know, that voice's name is Phil. Like, it's the last name that you would expect a voice like that to be named.
It's actually pronounced Phil.
No, it's not Phil. I've checked the birth certificate.
I mean, if Phil wants to be referred to as Phil, we are gonna do our best. Hi, I'm Mildred Milldew. Can I ask you like 500 questions about this place?
Of course. Once you make it to the altar, you are welcome to ask any question, Alkali of Oblivion.
Fantastic. Just this way, right? Just past the bodies and up the stairs.
Come, prove yourself worthy.
Okay, gosh. I want to like you, but you just all right. Let's go.
Hero, as she's walking ahead, knowing kind of my history with Oblivion and everything, do I know that she is that she prays to or worships Gregory himself as the person of Oblivion, or is she just a believer in the magic of it?
So as a necromancer, she is just a practitioner of death magic. So she is siphoning Oblivion's power without necessarily paying homage to it. In the same way that warlocks who worship Oblivion actually aren't worshiping Gregory. Very few beings actually know about Gregory. So this establishment, even this temple doesn't really know about Gregory. It just knows about Oblivion. It's like 3 steps removed.
Interesting. So okay, interesting. All right.
Yeah.
This door, the craftsmanship is fascinating. Is it hand carved? That's
yeah, it's a pretty uniquely built temple. Look, just make sure that you don't ask. I'm excited that you're here and you get to ask your questions. Just, I really, like I said, please just play with caution. This is an area of danger, of just powers that very few people know. So please just,
I only came for knowledge. I have no interest in power.
Well, knowledge is inherently power, so.
Knowledge is power, Acolyte. Oh, we got so many cool books.
I feel like you're making it like a sex thing, and it's not a sex thing.
No,
okay?
it's super not a sex thing.
Okay, good, because I want to make that clear before I get any closer.
In that. Like,
okay,
stop projecting on us, you pervert.
Okay, why does everyone call me a pervert?
Because you're a pervert.
I'm gonna just keep going. Stop. Okay.
Speaking of keeping going, meanwhile at the Broken Tankard Tavern, Deeds sits drinking, waiting to talk about the time loop with either Ripper or Mildreth, as those were the 2 most sophisticated people that experienced it. Deeds had tried to discuss the matter with Jane, but Jane proved all but oblivious to what actually occurred. The tavern master was completely non-negotiable. Even though they did remember everything about it, they refused to talk about it. Jeremy, of course, had been transformed into the perfect version of himself and had become one of the most popular kids in town, and thus was nigh unreachable. And so Deeds waited. As Deeds did, Deeds noticed from across the bar Veryl, another member of the Cool Adventurers, who they had not met, but they had known that Veryl had gone on a rather significant adventure with Mildreth. And so they began to ponder, perhaps they knew where Mildreth was.
Salutations!
Oh, hello, Deeds.
Ah, lovely. No need for introductions then. Yes, I was just admiring your form and remembering that I had seen it before. You know the whereabouts of the wizard, yes?
Oh, which one? I know many wizards, most of them useless.
The one, no. This one is most powerful indeed. This one has the book of necromancy.
Oh, the mousy human with the glasses and the cutesy voice. Yes, I'm familiar.
Wonderful. I would very much like to get a look inside that book.
Oh, well, good luck.
For the greater good.
Oh, yes, for the greater good. Okay. Well, if you really want to have a look inside that book, we will have to find Milddew. Last I checked, I believe she was on some kind of investigation into the temple or the dungeon of the Oblivion god thing. I don't keep up with
direction. What in which way did she go?
Oh, so are you saying that you need a guide? You're saying that you need a guide.
Do you smell that?
Yes, it's very bad ale. It's everywhere.
Sniff again. 'Tis the call to adventure.
Ah, yes, I will have to get up and move. Okay, well.
Yeah, you should get up, because my ale may be stinky, but that's because I put dead rats in it.
Oh, is that part of your fermenting process here in the town of whatever this, what is your town called?
It's Oakvale, you know that. You've been here for 6 months, you doofy pointy ear.
Oakvale.
I swear.
Well, I'm sorry. I have requested many times that you would simply add fairy wine to your menu, but you know, you'd get a much higher class of patronage.
I went all the way. I went all the way into that loopy doopy shingle dinkle fey forest for you, and I got 2 cases of fairy wine, and you drank it. And what did you say to me?
I said, this was not the stuff. It should be at least 1,000 years old. You took it out too soon.
I don't live that long. None of us live. It's not how time works.
Oh, that's not how time works. I see. All right.
Perhaps I can be of assistance. I just happen to have a case of 1,000-year-old fairy wine back in my traveling contraption.
Oh.
Perhaps we can work something out to where.
And you're certain it is the year exactly 1,000 years ago. It's 1,000. You've got that. It's been kept inside a toadstool.
Of course. Yes, I'm so sorry. I thought you knew my name. The finest merchants in all the realms. My reputation is at stake. I guarantee what I am offering you is exactly what you seek.
I understand very well. And yes, I'm somewhat familiar with you. What is it they call you? No noteworthy deeds.
I don't want
the grand
no noteworthy deeds of yet or of late, depending on where you are in the time stream. That's neither here nor there. If you, my dear elvish berserker friend, would like to sup, to sip, to guzzle this fine wine?
Yes, I've been dying for it. So yes, let's listen. I know what, by the way, no noteworthy is nothing to be ashamed of. I actually find it quite impressive the amount of time you've been able to stay out of that level of trouble. So how about it? I will guide you to the wizard who keeps the Book of the Dead on her at all times, and you will let me have that fine case of 1,000-year-old fairy wine as payment.
And I won't 86 both of you for insulting me when I've let you stay here rent-free and drink whatever I have on tap.
86 us, sir, you are more drunk than the whole lot of us combined.
I thought you enjoyed my company.
I do, but that is neither here nor there. I may be drunk, but I don't take kindly to being offended, particularly when I'm drunk.
Okay.
And no one does. No one does. And we meant no offense to you, Lord Pubmaster and friend. Did we?
It's a tavern. I do not have a pub. It is not a public house. It is a private establishment.
Oh, forgive me, the loop. I was confusing you with someone who looks very much like you in another room, who's hanging out with my sister. It's like similar conversations, but anyway, wow. I tell you what, whatever I find, whatever I find at the end of this quest with Mildreth, you get your cut.
Oh, you don't have to.
Deal. He extends his meaty hand.
Oh, that's quite the grip there.
And so Deeds and Veryl set out, Deeds following Veryl, into the hills of Harm, making their way to where Mildreth had said she had located this Temple of Oblivion. As they made their way, they came across a caravan. The wagons in this caravan had been overturned and arrows littered the side of it. Some of the wagons in the caravan were on fire and smoldering, and bodies littered the ground, bodies of gnomes and of orcs. A few gnomes sat on the side of the road alive and in a state of shock. Oh, hey there, how's it going?
Oh, it goes well with us, but clearly not well with you, gnome friend. What happened here?
We were raided. We were big time super duper raided.
Well, that's quite unfortunate.
Yeah, it's occupational hazard, you know.
Occupational hazard.
Yeah.
What is your occupation?
Working in a cab. Yeah, when you work in a caravan, it happens. It's pretty much almost every time you get raided. Yeah.
What if you did, so I'm guessing you were raided, so you must have been carrying something of great value.
Yeah, we were something. Oh yeah, great value. Big time.
What you look to be a caravan of carrying carriers, carrying what?
Yeah, we had carrier pigeons.
Oh.
Very vital. It's one of the most important ways for all of Improvia to communicate with each other. You know, because cell stone plans are just so expensive nowadays. It's really hard. You know, 3 silver a month. Not a lot of people can afford that. But the carrier pigeons, that's a copper. That's a copper a letter. That's very affordable.
Very affordable. Excuse me, no, Veryl, may I just speak to you for just a second, just over here?
Certainly.
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. Here, we got some water. We'll get that water for you. Hey, Veryl, I don't think we're gonna get a straight story from these gnomes about what they were really carrying and why this really happened. I think maybe ominous voice in the sky. Yeah, I would like to do some investigating.
All right, let's investigate. What exactly are we investigating?
I want to investigate this caravan. I want to figure out what they were really carrying.
Okay, let's investigate the caravan. We'll have this open-ended. So we're going to roll an investigation check. If I remember correctly, you are trained in this skill. So
yes.
A D20 plus a 1d6. Let's roll a D20 plus 1d6. As I said, open-ended. So the better you do, the more you're going to learn.
Huzzah.
What do we get? 11. Okay, yes. You look around, you do see that there is one cage that has been burst open. There are feathers scattered about. It looks like there are other wagons seem to have clothes, provisions, things like that. But there is one wagon that seemed to be padded with straw and hay, as if it was carrying something extremely fragile and extremely valuable. That wasn't a cage. The wagon itself was a bit larger, and its tarp, like its whatever this is called, was a little higher and a little strange shaped, as if it was holding something that was oblong.
Verily, do you see what I see?
Yes, and I know what they actually had taken from them.
I knew having you as a guide would pay off sooner rather than later.
Naturally. It looks to be a large carrying case for an enormous golden Fabergé egg.
Exactly my thoughts.
How did you hear about our Fabergé egg? Ah, shoot. This is, gosh, gee willikers. Wellington Steak, you are just the worst wagon gnome in history. Yeah, you figured it out. They took our Fabergé egg.
Mr. Steak, if I may, could you, so it sounds like you did not want us to know about the Fabergé egg.
Well, I'm sorry. As I said, we get raided pretty much every trip, and you two have weapons. You came up out of nowhere, and I'm not a fighter. I'm a wagon gnome. My job is to take wagons from point A to point B. So I half expected you to shoot me with an arrow and take whatever coins were in my pocket.
Oh, so you also have coins. You know, sir, I think maybe you should learn to speak less. Also, the egg is already gone. There's nothing we can it's okay that we know about it because you don't even have it in your possession.
Well, you know, that's a fair point. I misjudged you.
Yes.
You know, you're an ivy leaf elf. I went, yep, those buggers are bad buggers. That was on me. You're a Duergar. I went, those buggers are bad buggers, and that's on me too. So I'm sorry about that.
Curious. You say you get robbed every trip.
Yep, big time.
That leads me to believe that you want to get robbed every trip. Otherwise, why would you do it? And wait a minute, if you get robbed every trip, that's super time loopy. That is super time loopy.
Oh. What is this about? You say time loops out. Oh yes, time loopy. I did hear you mention that on the trip up here. You've been talking a lot about that.
Yeah. Before I met you, there was this thing that went down. Not exactly quite sure about it, but pretty sure this realm hasn't been the same since. And this is a tear. Something's up. Trust no one.
We just can't afford adventurers to guard our caravans, and most highwaymen know that, so they just raid us.
I see, Mr. Steak. I'm sorry. On my companion Deed's behalf, I apologize. We are on our way up the mountain to the Temple of Oblivion, and it appears that you don't have anywhere to go now that your Fabergé egg is missing. Deeds.
I'm going to stop you there. Counter offer. I have approximately 11 gold coins in my pocket, and my dead associate over there, he was the caravan master. He has 350 gold coins in his purse. I am willing to give you all of them right now if you get that Fabergé egg back and help me escort it to its destination, point B, where we, the three of us, will split 3,000 gold coins.
That could buy me a lot of very.
We'll do it.
Okay, let's go.
I should have consulted. I am so.
No,
One moment.
no questions asked.
Okay.
That's a lot of fairy wine. I mean,
yeah. See, I just didn't want to take advantage of the fact that like I was already paying you, and I didn't want you to feel like you were like, you know, this is like a flat hierarchical structure here. You know, we're equals. Here.
Wellington pulls out his small purse and tosses it towards you. He walks over to his dead compatriot, pulls out the larger purse, tosses that to you. Well, that's your down payment. Get that Fabergé egg. I'll get the wagon up and ready, repaired. You bring that Fabergé egg back, and we'll get this to point B. Let's make some money.
For the greater good.
For the greater good.
Huzzah!
For fairy wine.
That too. Meanwhile, back in the Temple of Oblivion, Michael Richardson and Mildreth found themselves in a long corridor lined with books. Each book smelled of mildew, not the mildew of mildew, that mill of water and dew, but the mildew of rot and slow decay. Each of these books were written on flesh of intelligent creatures, bound in bone and sinew. This, of course, wasn't all too shocking to either party, but what was inside was the contents were blasphemous, books of pure evil intent. Even as they touched them, they oozed malice. And with each step they took deeper into the temple, the voice of Veryl whispered more, give in to your desires to become your best self.
I already am my best self.
Well, then what? Then you already know to give in to your desires.
Oh no, you must never give in to your desires.
Well, yeah, not those desires. Stop being so perverted.
Why are you making everything about sex?
You're the one making everything about sex.
Veryl, you're the one that brought up the sex.
We just established right now, just across the board, you don't mean to make this about sex, and I don't mean to make this about sex, and Michael doesn't mean to make this about sex. So just nobody's doing that. That's not a thing that's happening.
It is a well-established fact that Michael Richardson is a sex addict. Everybody knows this.
Veryl, can we just get like a 5-minute break? We're gonna get to the fucking end, and you're gonna get to do your whole stupid spiel, but just for like 5 minutes.
Just a quick $5.
Quick, go get some blood marrow.
Whatever.
Okay. I'll turn off my divination so you'll be alone, I promise.
Thank you, Veryl. Thank you.
These books are amazing. Do you think they'd notice if I stole some of them?
I can almost guarantee you they're going to notice if you stole one of them. Yeah. I've known too many people trying to sneak out with one of those novels.
I want it.
Can I ask?
Yes.
Why did you choose this magic?
Oh, I didn't. It chose me. It's the only kind of magic I can do.
Have you ever wondered why? Like, is it, I mean, is it because you're attracted to the idea of death or the idea of stopping it?
I just, ever since I've been able to see ghosts my entire life. And that's just a thing I can do. Like, there's a couple here right now. They're a little weird. So I'm just trying to, like, if I don't engage with them, they won't engage with me. And like, nobody else knows what's going on. So like, they can be super weird and uncomfortable. But as long as I don't tell anybody, then nobody else has to know that the ghosts are creeps. Yeah.
Pralines belong in donuts.
Is that Stephanie, the one who's talking about pralines, belongings, donuts?
I mean, I try not to learn their names. I don't want to encourage any kind of, yeah.
Oh, I get it. I've spent a long time blocking out the ghost noises, so I know that it's necessary. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my family definitely, they're not into the whole ghost thing. And like, I tried to talk to them about it and they were just like, let's send her to the church. And so like, and then I was at the church and I helped out with like the burials and I learned more about stuff. And then when I went to the, wizard college, they were just like, yeah, can you do other magic? And I was like, nope. And so they're like, oh, okay, so just do this, I guess. But they wouldn't let me see all their books. So I want these books.
I mean, if you've had no one that's invested in your magic and if you've just sort of been boxed in, I don't know, maybe there's something to reaching towards a different source of it, just kind of existing into the world of oblivion and the world of death and ignoring the ghosts. The more you ignore the ghosts, the louder their voices become. Unless you start listening and maybe start processing them, you'll be able to find a different way to reach magic. I don't fucking know.
Or put pralines in donuts. Ooh.
Stephanie, if you bring up the pralines donuts one more time, I will smite you.
It is a hill I literally died on. Ooh.
We fucking know.
Yeah. It's just I just want to be helpful and I feel like people have a really bad image of death and of ghosts because of some people like Stephanie, and I feel like maybe I could do some good in the world to get people a little bit more on board with it's not that big of a deal. Everyone dies and then sometimes they come back to life or they become something new. And
I'm trying to bring joy to the world. Pralines are delicious and donuts are wonderful. Ooh.
Stephanie, has anyone given you feedback that what you do brings them joy? Okay, great. So move on. Find something new to do.
that moment, one of the dark books falls off of the shelf, lands onto the ground, face open. You can see its pages. They have been circled and highlighted. Mildreth, you look down. Would you like to examine it?
Yes, I would. Can I pick it up?
Yes, you can. As you pick it up, it oozes with sinister intent. This is for Hill. I'm not lurking on y'all. But I did get an evil tinge. So I just wanted to check in. Does anyone feel like more sinister at this moment? Is anyone giving into their darker urges? No? Okay, bye. All right, bye. All right, back to let's examine this book. We're going to do an Arcana check. This is going to be open-ended.
I'd like to use my wand so I can get an extra D6.
Yes, so that's going to be 2d6 on it, right?
Yes.
So this will be d20 plus 2d6, and this is open-ended. 19. Yes, this is a very interesting necromantic theory about how to use the body and to use radiant magic in place of necrotic magic. And it's talking about the philosophical connection between radiant and necrotic. Now, most philosophers and wizards put these two as different magics, but what this author is articulating is that it's actually the same magic, just different ends of the spectrum. And so by taking cadavers and pumping it with radiant magic, instead of healing it, what it actually would do is animate it in a new way and create a flesh golem. This has been highlighted and notes have been added to it. It's been annotated, and it looks like this has been done very recently. From this, you can gather that someone has been experimenting with this. Another voice, a ghostly voice, my arm was taken from me and used for that monster. Avenge me.
Did they not ask your permission before taking your arm?
No, they took my tongue and they did not ask my permission either. They took my guts and I needed those guts.
It's like your kidney.
Avenge me.
Okay.
Oh, this is Michael Richardson's kidney. I'm being fucking used in some kind of goddamn, like fucking. I'm standing here right next to a Cyclops' appendix. What the hell?
Why does my liver sound more racist towards my group of people than I do? That's crazy.
No. This is Michael Richardson's liver, and I refuse to be besmirched this way. I'm not a racist. I just think kobolds think way too highly of themselves. And everybody knows that owl bears are the only beings that have any sense of decency on this planet. And if we knew what was good for us, we'd take everything else, put them in cages.
I punch my other liver to get that liver to shut up.
Gregory's jiggling jackalopes.
Well, to me, it sounds like we've got a lot of ghosts here, and perhaps they would want to make an army. I would like to cast Ghost Army. My
let's
special
cast
ability.
Ghost Army. That's going to be a special ability. So 1d20 plus 1d6. Let's see what happens. 10. Several ghosts appear. However, they are just bits and pieces of ghosts.
An arm
so
and
like
a kidney,
an arm, a leg, a flap of skin, a chunk of hair, a couple teeth. They all kind of stand not composed into a single entity, just like clumps. Just like, we're here. We are your Ghost Army.
You're so cute. Okay, let's go.
Hello. What are we doing?
We're making our way to the altar of this temple so we can get some primo knowledge.
All right. They charging through the wall. A secret door opens.
Ooh,
and
these
the
guys
two
know
of you
this.
charge through it. All right. Meanwhile, Veryl and Deeds are wandering in the direction that Wellington had pointed that the highwaymen had fled to. After several hours, you come across a fortified encampment that looks as though it is a brigand encampment. You have the opportunity to directly approach them, or you can attempt to sneak in. What would you like to do?
I would like to use my abilities to sneak in, since I am one stealthy mofo.
All right. Then let's attempt to sneak in. Are you also attempting to have Veryl sneak in with you?
Yes.
All
yes,
right.
I am.
And we will use your stealth to cover Veryl as well. So we'll set this stealth at 12. So we have a D20 plus a 1D6 for 12 to get you both to sneak. All right, 25. Did we get a nat 20 on that? 19. Oh, so close, so close. All right. The two of you, Deeds, you pull out a device and you calibrate it to Veryl's, what you assume Veryl's body mass is, body temperature, the humidity of the air, and you hit a big red button, and both of you are cloaked. And you disappear, and you begin to walk around surveying the fortified encampment of the brigands. You find a back entrance that goes into the encampment and goes out to their privy trench that they had dug for themselves. This back entrance leads closest to what you can assume is their storehouse, where they're storing the things that they had stolen, as well as their food and other provisions. Getting a good lay of the land, it looks like there are about 8 brigands, as well as 2 brigand captains, 2 massive ogres who seem to be bickering with one another. Each one have massive cleavers and massive, huge, dire hogs that seem to be biting and gnawing at each other. So it seems like there seems to be contention between these 2 brigand leaders. The rest of the brigands are all goblins. Who have, from your observation, been kind of congealed or forced into working for these 2 ogres.
Now you listen to me, you ugly son of a gun. If I tell you that I'm gonna make an omelette out of that egg, then that's what I'm gonna do. Now I tell you, you ugly son of a gun, that I'm gonna make myself an egg salad semi. I know who's gonna stop me. I was born first, so I get to decide what we're doing with that egg. Mom liked me more, so I'm deciding what we're doing with that egg. Well, I guess we have to wait till Mom get back to figure out who we're settling this with. I guess we is, or we can hack and dack it. And the 2 point their massive cleavers at one another. Some of the goblins come up. It's okay, guys. Why don't we just wait till Mom gets back? Hey, there's no reason to fight. I mean, let's just enjoy the fact that we got a big-ass skull egg, huh? They both cleave the goblin in half. There are now 7 brigands.
Ooh. So that's
What
one
do
less.
you
You know, Veryl, I would be concerned if I wasn't hidden under this cloak with such an impressive, intimidating figure of elfish glory. So glad that you're here. I'm sure there's some way that we can use your athletic prowess in this situation.
Yes.
You know? I got the brain, you got the
yes.
brawn. Let's make lots of money, huh?
Okay, so a couple things. These brigands, none too bright. Okay, so first of all, that's a golden egg. You can't. There's no meat inside of there. They're not going to be able to cook anything out of that. Okay, so that being said, also they are currently distracted. They are currently distracted fighting each other. It is an arguing, bickering, so that could be good for us. It also could work in our favor that they are divided. I am skilled in persuasion and deception. So if we do get caught, okay, if we get caught, I will have something to say. Now, like I said, they are distracted, so we could stay under the cloak and avoid confrontation because frankly, I'd rather not transform into a werebeast today. I've been really trying to enact some self-care, and being a beast for any length of time takes a lot more self-care and grooming than I care to do right now.
I understand, Veryl. Yeah, 100%. If I ever did anything to say, expose you in this room full of enemies, and you had to go into beast mode, know that it would be for the greater good. Like, for example, if I were to say, take the cloak and walk away from you like this.
No.
It would be the most expedient way to get through this.
Okay, I understand very clearly.
Veryl, you are no longer protected by the cloak. However, none of the brigands nor the brigand captains notice you at this exact moment. If you want to maintain your opportunity to earn the level achievement and keep the stealth mission intact, you will have to act quickly. Now, you are not trained in stealth, so we're going to have to roll a dex check to pull off you jumping towards the storehouse. So let's do that now. We're going to set this check at 14 with a d20 and just a d20.
Okay, a dexterity check?
Yes, a dexterity check.
So in case I do... Oh. I thought
Unless
that acrobatics...
I'm mistaken, are you trained in stealth?
I was looking at the... Okay, here we go. No, but I have acrobatics and intimidation.
Yes, neither of those would be applicable in this situation because you're trying to unless you want to be seen, but you said you did not want to be seen.
I don't want to be seen.
Well, then I'll give you the acrobatics. If you pull off the acrobatics, I set the dexterity at 14. I will say your acrobatics will be also set at 14, but you'll get the 1d6 bonus. So let's do a 1d20 plus 1d6. That's a 16, so you pulled it off. You do a backflip with a spin, jumping into the air, landing into the storehouse without making a sound. In the storehouse, you see the large golden Fabergé egg. It's in fact the egg of a rock, the most massive of carrier pigeons. Amongst the other things, you see a menagerie of weapons, artifacts, and eldritch things. Let's roll a d4 and tell me, Veryl, odd or even?
Odd.
Odd. Let's roll. That's one. All right. Amongst the things you see is a talisman with the symbol of the werebeast on it. It calls to you and you drape it around your neck. Congratulations, you have been warded a epic weapon from one of our audience members who wants a shout out for trans rights, who also wanted to inform me that trans is an adjective, so it's transgender, not transgendered. So thank you for correcting me on that. I will not make that mistake again further. If you want to continue to donate, please do so. We need more hazards and more hijinks in the last half hour of this show, so please continue to donate. But with that epic weapon, you get a bonus d6 to all of your rolls. So your skills are now 2d6s and your general rolls get an additional d6 as you are infused with the power of the war beast. You no longer have to transform into a werebeast to access your bestial nature. You feel it flow through you as you maintain your form. Your two halves fuse together. You've never felt more in balance than you do in this moment with the medallion around your neck.
Woo! Oh,
that was great.
I
Give
feel
yourself
really good.
give yourself 2 additional hit points. So your hit points are at 20 right now. So you got 2 bonus hit points just in case you end up in combat. So you have access to the Fabergé egg. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I have my full strength without having to transform. So I would like to just deadlift that egg and hoist it over my shoulder. And so this will blow our cover, but try to just throw it through. I see a window. I see a window at the top.
Yeah, there is like where the tent of this storehouse like connects. There is a hole right there.
There is a hole. I am aware that throwing this egg through the hole will probably tear the whole encampment or tear the whole hut.
Yeah, possibly, but it's entirely possible that Deeds is going to do something to distract them so that they can maintain your stealth while you do that, while you throw the egg out.
Can Deeds hear me?
I can hear you. I'm with you.
Oh, okay.
Hi, I just didn't want you to see me because maybe you're mad at me.
It's at that moment you realize that Deeds, when they pulled the cloak off of you, had also slipped a communicator into your ear and can communicate with you.
Oh. We good, cuz? We good?
Of course, Deeds, my friend. Listen, I'm going to need your help. I see the egg. It is quite big, and I only see one kind of tight opening that I can squeeze it through. I'm going to have to use a lot of focus and concentration and a lot of power to shoot it through, and it might make a large commotion. So I need you to distract the goblins and orcs and ogres outside.
Yeah, I can do that. No problem. Yeah. As long as, just to make sure, like the next time you can physically put your hands on me, you won't kill me or anything because I exposed you without your consent for the greater good. I just want to make sure we're cool.
Oh, that's that old thing. It wouldn't do me any good to kill you, right? Because then how would I get my fairy wine? Of course, I joke. That was a joke. I would not hurt you.
I like the way your mind works. Okay, yeah. Distraction coming up.
Okay.
All right. Ominous voice in the sky.
Yes.
I feel strongly that I really need to just put everything I got into this distraction, just to make sure that after I've handed over the wine, I've still got a friend. So yeah, I would like to get some historical information about this group. Okay, yeah,
right.
Veryl can't see me, right? Okay.
Can I peer under? Yeah, okay. I peered under your cloak with you. So
hi.
we're under the cloak. We're still hidden.
We're still hidden.
With you. Okay.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah, let's do a history check.
Yeah.
So we'll D20 plus 1d6, open-ended. The better you do, the more we're going to learn about this group.
All right. Sounds good.
12. Okay. So what we do know, they talked about their mom.
Yeah.
They seem to not get along.
Yeah.
It's obvious that they don't respect their brigands, and their boars seem to be agitated by the whole scenario. It seems like this is a very contentious group. It's basically a powder keg ready to blow. Given what you know, with the right engineering, you could create some type of device that could agitate the 2 ogre brothers enough that they will begin fighting each other. Assuming it works, the brigands will attempt to break it up because it seems like whoever this mom character is, That's what she told the brigands they have to do. That will probably trigger the ogres attacking them, as well as the dire hogs attacking everybody, which would create just enough chaos for Veryl to get the Fabergé egg to you, and the two of you to get out of the camp unseen.
Here's what I'm gonna do. All right, I'm gonna make double bot. Okay, I'm gonna make 2 bots because clearly what we're dealing with here is the equivalent of adolescent males, huh? On a planet that I'm very familiar with. Okay, so not only am I going to use what I've gathered from the environment to know everything that I need to know to replicate their mother perfectly, I can also replicate the type of female. I'm assuming that these are masculine. And yeah, okay, so yeah, the type of female that would both drive them insanely to desire for her and to destroy each other, but would also cause them to feel extreme shame and fear around the mother figure. That's the distraction.
I love it. Okay, let's do it. That's going to be an engineering check. Let's roll that engineering check.
Let's do it, huh?
Pull it off. We'll set it at 16. So 1d20 plus a 1d6. And we'll set it at 16. 14. All right, you managed to construct the droid. However, it is not as alluring as you want it to be. So it walks over.
Hello, boys. It's me, Sexy Ogre Bot 6000. I am here to make you jealous and also feel inadequate. Don't I look like your mom, but in a weird, perverted way?
All right. Now, because you failed your check, Deeds, would you like this to fail outright or something bad to happen?
If this were a normal space, I would say fail outright. But the fact that my last several rolls have not gone in my favor leads me to believe that this is still some sort of time loopy bullshit. So,
good call.
Yeah, let's go with option B and just see what happens.
All right. At that exact moment, a large ogre hand grabs the ogre bot 6000 and throws it as far out of the encampment as it can.
Mom, we totally weren't gonna fight over that beautiful ogre. That totally wasn't gonna happen. No, Mom, we weren't gonna fight over that beautiful ogre. That totally wasn't gonna happen. Now you listen here, boys. There's only one woman in your life, and that's me.
The situation has just gotten worse, you two. Mom is back. This is a massive ogress. She is twice the size as the two ogres who towered over the goblins. Beside her is a double dire hog, which is twice the size as the dire hogs. Everybody is now cowed, and they have all returned to their positions, saying that they're doing their jobs. So now it is even harder for you to sneak out. No one has noticed you yet, but there are 2 guards stationed by the storehouse. There are 2 guards stationed by the exit that you snuck in at. There are 2 guards at the entrance. There's a guard by the central fire, and the 2 ogres are now at opposite ends of the camp with their dire hogs as Mom mounts her double dire hog and surveys the whole situation.
That's some good boys.
I have a question for the voice in the sky.
Yes, what's your question?
When you say double dire hog, are you saying that there are 2 hogs that come together in the middle in tandem, or do they have 2 heads coming out of one half and then a rear?
So a double dire animal is just twice as dire. So
it's just bigger?
Well, it's bigger, meaner, stronger, and does have 2 heads. So you are correct in that aspect.
Oh, okay. And that was a lot of guards. You said that there were 2 guards at the entrance to the storage
Yeah, so there are 2 guards in front of the tent that you are currently in.
The tent, okay.
There are 2 guards at the back door that you snuck in at. There are 2 guards at the front. Remember, because I said there were 7 guards. So those are 6. And then there's 1 guard by the fire in the center of the encampment.
Okay. Okay. So. I have a suggestion. So if I look, there are 7 guards, but the mom does not know that a goblin was killed, right? Or did mom kill the goblin?
Who killed this goblin?
God damn it. Okay.
That wasn't us, Mom. That goblin done sloshed himself in half. He went, I can't handle this pressure, and sloshed himself in half, Mom.
Oh, but I don't know that because I heard it. Okay, so I heard it. All right. Can't pretend to be the goblin. I can't disguise myself as the goblin. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to try a performance check and play pretend. Pretend that I fool the goblins into the brigands to believe that I am a cleaning a Fabergé egg cleaner that the dead goblin hired to clean the egg.
Okay.
And that I am not only here to clean it, but I am here to transport it to be polished.
Okay.
My shop.
Okay. Yeah, I love this.
And I would like to assist.
Okay, let's roll that assist. Let's roll the assist. We need a D20, 11 or better, helpful, 10 or worse, hinder. 12, we got helpful, so let's add a D6 to Veryl's roll. Veryl, are we using an attribute, or are you using a specific skill to pull this off? You said performance?
Performance, because I am a former actor.
You are a former actor, that is correct.
Artist.
Okay, so that is 1D20, D6 for your performer skill, a D6 for your assist from deeds, and then a D6 from your epic weapon. So D20 plus 3D6. We're going to set this check because it is an outlandish thing that you're trying to pull off. We're going to set this DC at 20, but it should go in your favor. It is a 26. Veryl, you tell me what you do. Tell me how this situation goes down.
Okay, so first I find a dolly. They have a little rudimentary dolly on the floor.
They have a very nice dolly. It's not rudimentary at all. It's very nice.
Wooden wheels, not the best choice, but okay.
Okay.
So I roll it onto the dolly, and then I just casually push open the doors. I'm really playing it up like I belong here, and I'm not doing anything suspicious. And I just start to slowly push it out, and in full view of everyone in the camp. And I just kind of wave and say, okay, so as we agreed, I'm going to be taking the Fabergé egg home to my shop for some polishing.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Hey, good luck. We'll come pick it up tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. And then
Hey, good on ya. Yeah, you do good. All right. We're so glad you came today,
Yeah. Mom turns and stops.
Why? Who's this man?
Well, I'm the Fabergé egg refurbisher, madam.
You got a name, Fabergé egg polisher?
Limerence, lemon drop.
Limerence lemon drop.
Yes.
Where's your shop?
Far from here.
So you commuted all the way out here?
Absolutely, because
On foot?
Well, I actually I hailed a very large carrier pigeon, and they dropped me off right here.
That adds up. Are you getting a carrier pigeon back?
Oh, well, it was a one-way trip, so I'm going to have to travel a little bit on foot with the egg, and then I'll have to hail another one as it's going back my way,
How's that work then?
Well, you have a shell phone, right? It's like you might have
I can't afford a cell phone. They charge 3 silver a month.
Oh dear.
Oh,
no,
hey,
got
what's
2
that on the
boys.
table? The service agreement that you signed, Ma.
Hush up, Nathy. I'm talking to this very nice man here. Sorry, Mum. I didn't say that, but I'm sorry.
In any case, there's a
Did my boys pay you?
Yeah, Ma, we paid.
I said shut up, Nashi.
Madam, may I call you what do I call you? May I have a name?
My name is Heretica.
Miss Madam Heretica. I'm very big on word of mouth, marketing, and I always do my first Fabergé egg polishing for free on the first time.
That's very nice of you.
You're quite welcome, and I know it is very nice, especially when I have return customers.
She gets off of her double dire hog and stands even closer, towering over you.
All right now, Mr. Lemon Drop. Not a lot's adding up right now. That makes my blood boil. My boy should have offered you a ride. Get on my double dire hog. Keep that hog safe. And we'll make sure to give all of our friends good words of mouth about your business, eh?
Ominous voice in the sky?
Yes.
This seems like this has gotten out of control, and something needs to happen, or bad.
Okay, yeah. If you feel that way, what would you like to do?
I would like to use my deception skills. I've been trying to, but clearly they're not quite strong enough. I need to convince this mother that it's already happened. So actually, I would like to use my super special skill of time warp.
Oh, okay.
To make her think that it's already been done, and she's actually brought the Fabergé cleaner back from the shop with the egg, maybe, and then take it away again. Time warp.
All right. Then let's use that time warp ability. D20 plus a 1d6. All right. Yes. Deeds, you pull out your time device. You calculate the time warp. You activate. She gets back onto the dire hog. She exits. The ogre bot 6,000 returns. Ma has been reset on the time loop. She is now about 2 miles away, or an hour back in time. However, everything else is the same.
Where'd Mum go? What do, you flippin' dingle fingle? Don't you call me a fingle dingle, you no good Nancy Pansy.
They begin fighting each other. The brigand camp descends into chaos. Bye, Mr. Lemon Drop.
Goodbye. Oh, let's go, invisible assistant.
The two of you begin making your way, running as you see the ogre bot 6,000 go,
boys, stop fighting over me. There's enough to go around. 5, 4, 3, 2.
And then a massive explosion occurs, taking out the entire brigand camp. Congratulations, you have successfully completed the stealth mission, and you begin to make your way back to Wellington with the egg. Meanwhile, back in the Temple of Oblivion, you find yourselves at the altar. Sitting at the altar is a massive body, an amalgamation of different intelligent beings. elf, Duergar, orc, ogre, troll, alligator dude, shark bird, bear, owl, bear, double bear, all of it combined together into a monstrosity. And above it, Mildreth, you see a piece of parchment written on it, a channeling spell to summon enough radiant energy to animate this creature. What do you do?
I take that. I would like that.
Okay, as you begin to touch it, you are overwhelmed with a powerful reactive magic. It pushes you back, you tumble back. Would you like something bad to happen, or would you like to take damage?
Well, something bad happened.
All right. As this happens, you tumble back. You see there is another health potion on the ground. It has a little tag that says #trans rights. This one is for you. Thank you again, audience. Mildred, you grab it. You can see the spell disintegrate as positive radiant energy channels into the flesh golem. It lumbers to life.
Objective protocol. Destroy life forms.
It steps down and begins to move to Michael Richardson, as you are the closest person. Michael Richardson, what do you do?
Very woozy at this point, and
Yes.
just kind of like knowing that like combat is not something I can really engage in. Seeing that this is chaos magic, oblivion magic, I'm going to take a couple of steps backwards, and hoping that fire might burn this body, this amulet corpse, kind of more easier. Take out Daddy's juice and Molotov cocktail, a portion of it, and throw it at the body.
A very wise tactic. I'm gonna say this is a power attack, and actually, you are very smart, taking advantage of your hunter's training, knowing that flesh golems are susceptible to fire, or fire bad. So yes, this is a free power attack. So we'll roll the 3d6, and it is a totally free attack, so it doesn't count against your one power attack of the day. So let's roll those 3d6. All right, it is a 9, but it's going to be a recurring 9 as the Daddy's juice explodes on the flesh golem.
Fire bad.
It ignites and fire illuminates and envelops the flesh golem as it continues to march towards you, Michael Richardson. It takes a swing at you. Let's roll a 1d6. That is a 2. It misses you completely, Michael, as it swings past you. It takes another 9 points of damage as the fire continues to envelop it. You can hear Phil's voice. Knock it off, guys. I put a lot of effort into that. Oh, shucks, stop.
Is it still my turn? Am I able to move by chance?
Yes, you can still move.
I'd like to duck under its arms and get as close as I can to the white like the white altar, and take out a small book from my inside jacket pocket.
Okay, yes, you can move. You can't reach the book yet because that would count as another action. So I'll let you move there. That would make it Mildreth's turn. Mildreth, would you like to dictate actions to your ghost army, or would you like to take your actions first?
I think that my first instinct would be that, like, I'm fascinated by the process of it, but I can clearly tell that it's very different than the necromancy I practice, because this is a new entity inhabiting this body. And while it is an amalgam of bodies, there are entities that those body parts belong to beforehand. So I would like to call upon my ghost army to re-enter their body parts and take back control.
Okay, now to this is what the Ghost Army wants to do. This was the original condition in which you summon the Ghost Army, so it is not outside of the parameters of your agreement with them. So it is going to be a simple command, which is going to be a 10 on a arcane check. So we'll roll 2d6 plus a d20, and you're just trying to get a 10. The better you do, the more awesome things are going to happen. That is a 28. Wow, that is really fucking awesome.
20.
The Ghost Army swarms into the Flesh Golem. Oh, we got a crit. Yes, then you tell me what happens.
So yes, all the lights in the room flicker and darken, and we start to see the shapes and the shadows of these people who have been lost in time and had their bodies used for things that they did not consent to, and we hear their wails and pain, and the shadows crawl up the body, and like the big golem's all freaking out, being like, this is worse than fire. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Go get your bodies back. And then they just go into there, and like all the body parts separate and hover.
All of the body parts separate and hover. They kind of hang in this state. You hear a cacophonous voices bickering and arguing. I got nowhere to go back to. I got nowhere to back to. I gotta go back. I know where I'm supposed to go. I don't know if I want to go back. I really don't like it there. I guess I will. The kidney flies back into Michael Richardson's abdomen with a forceful thud. Michael Richardson, you finally take damage from this. You take 8 points of damage as it slams back in, striking your cirrhosis addled liver. Yes, I hear you, lady son of a bitch. I'm just trying to get by, motherfucker. No, you listen, hear you. And they begin fighting each other.
Yikes.
That's about right.
You have survived to fight another day. A few other of the organs shoot off, but then the rest agree and combine back together into the Flesh Golem. The Flesh Golem speaks in a unified chorus of voices. We are new. We are undead, but alive.
And you're communal. Y'all are going to have to work together. You guys are going to have to get really good at your communication skills.
Yes.
Yeah.
We want revenge.
Ooh.
You gave us freedom.
Your life is yours to do what you want to do with it. And I just want to support whatever that looks like, okay?
Very well.
The Flesh Golem walks over to a statue, punches the statue as hard as it can. Inside the statue is a skeleton. It's Veryl. Oh no, how'd you find my secret hiding space? It lifts Veryl up and begins smashing him against the wall. Ouch! Oosh! Ouch! I don't even have a nervous system. Why are you? Stop! Ooh! Ow! Pong! Bonkers! Ujos! And he snaps him in half, rips the skull out, and walks it over to the altar, setting it on the altar. No! Oblivion!
Bye, Phil. You sucked.
Michael Richardson, the altar is there. You can walk towards it. The book is in your hand. What would you like to do?
I'd like to look back at Mildreth and just that was incredibly impressive, Mildreth.
Thank you.
I don't think I've seen. I haven't seen magic, dark magic like that used in a way of compassion in a long time.
I feel like just people make assumptions about light and dark, and just because something's called radiant, it's good, and necromantic, it's bad. And I want to help people understand that it's all a spectrum, and it's all about your perspective, and what seems good and right to you may not be to some other people, and just everyone gets to have control over their bodies when they are alive and after they're dead.
And as she's saying that, I am taking the book out and placing it on the on the table and like slowly opening up to the middle pages, and I just say, it's important that you hold true to that every day wherever you go, and if you still have a little bit left in you, maybe you can give me some of it in a little bit. And I'd like to stab the book where I stabbed it before and scream, I'm returning it to you again, Greg. And the book like shatters and the pages fly back into the shelves to where I took it from. And I look back at
check. Let's roll D20 plus 1d6. We're gonna set this at 18.
Don't mess around with altars, kids.
You got a 9.
Before you say anything, because I want to look back at Mildreth and be like, I told you not to take a book. I took the books. And then
okay. A massive black skeletal hand appears and shoves itself into your chest, Michael. It continues to pull itself out slowly, lifting you into the air. It emerges completely. Mildreth, this thing is enormous. It's made out of dripping necrotic energy itself, a massive skeletal being draped in shadow. If that is the case, then our arrangement is over.
If you take my last 6 months, that means you go with me. That was in the contract, and you fucking know that. You are immortal. You do not get to negotiate. No, I am. You took that from me. You took that from me. You should have rolled better than a 9 then, Michael.
He touches your eye, and it fills back in, and begins bleeding. He drops you down. Take all the time you need. You're on your own. And then he falls back into the altar. The altar cracks and turns from its pristine bone white to a gray as the entire temple begins to shake and collapse. What do you do?
I want to do an occult check to figure out what's going on.
Okay, yes, you could roll an occult check. This occult check is going to be set at 24.
Okay. I'm
so 1d20 plus 1d6.
I'm using my wand.
Oh, you're using your wand, so you get 2d6. 14. You're going to have nightmares for about 6 months.
That's the insight I wanted. Thank you.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay,
but
okay.
You did not evacuate your bowels, so congratulations.
Hey, it's a good day in the death industry. That is a good day. Okay, yes. I am going to call upon my ghost helper to get us out of here. I need like a dead horse. Yeah. Or
suddenly a dead horse appears. Knock knock. Who's there? It's me, a dead horse.
I don't want to beat you. Let's be friends.
Yeah? Okay. Knock knock. Who's there? Let's get the fuck out of here. Hop on.
All right.
What about the sack back there? Hey, buddy. Why the long face? Mine's genetic.
Mildreth, you're gonna go down this hallway. You're gonna make a right, and you're gonna make a left, and you'll be.
You're gonna get on this horse, Michael.
No, I'm not, Mildreth. If I'm with you, it's gonna be too slow. Just go.
Are you saying I'm too slow?
That's insulting to the horse.
Don't challenge me to a horse race, buddy.
Are you calling me
fat? The ghost horse charges you, and the three of you break through into the ethereal plane, falling through the ethereal plane, and you both of you tumble back in to the Broken Tankard Tavern, breaking a table. Meth, damn it! I just bought that table.
I'm sorry. You can take it out of my paycheck. I get a paycheck, right? That's a thing.
Mildreth, son of, you're supposed to leave me in the fucking temple.
At that exact moment,
You're
Wellington,
welcome.
Veryl, and Deeds walked through. So 998, 999.
Thank
And
you.
1,000 gold coins to you, business partners.
Yes.
Oh, what a day.
Absolutely. It was not bad helping you. Thank you.
I gotta say, it was a golden opportunity.
I'm always happy to engage in commerce and death and destruction and risking the lives of my friends for the greater good. So
yes, there is no downside to death and destruction. I think that is the message, the takeaway from today.
And
I'll buy them, I assume.
Yes.
I, in anger and hearing this, use my power attack and turn around and stab him directly in the neck.
All right, let's roll 3d6.
Wow. You know, you save a guy's life.
Yes, you stab Wellington Steak in the neck. Blood gushes out.
Oh, thank God, he was so annoying.
Can't just kill people.
I mean,
no, I can, and that's the point of it.
Okay, and then I'll walk over and bring him back to life. Gosh. Sorry about that. My friends had a rough day. You know what it's like to have a rough day, right?
Did you resurrect me without my consent?
I mean, technically.
Stab him again.
And that's the show. Wowie wow, what an adventure. We did it. We confronted the Flesh Golem, and we liberated it. We freed it from Fahil's nefarious machinations, and now it's a good guy, or maybe a collection of good things. We'll find out. We also completed the stealth mission. It went sideways and then it went back. And it was a lot of fun. We made a friend. We murdered him. We made him back. We murdered him again. And we learned a little bit more about Gregory and Michael Richardson, specifically that Gregory can see our roles. And isn't that scary as hell? All right. Thank you so much to everyone who donated tonight. We have raised $15 towards our donations. We're going to be donating, we're going to be fundraising for the next 5 weeks for transgender kids. So transgender kids, not transgendered, because it is a noun, not an adjective. So there we go. Other way around, it's an adjective, not an noun. Hey,
time loop.
Oh no! Wowie wow! Welcome, fellow adventurers to Hazards and Hijinks. My name is Hero, and I am your dungeon master tonight. We know you can be anywhere in the world on a Wednesday night. We're so very happy you're here with us. No, we have 4 more weeks of Wednesdays where we will be fundraising for tent for trans kids, and it is a great opportunity to do some good in the world. These are dark times, but you know, we as comedians seize that opportunity to bring some joy, happiness, and wonder. And we appreciate that you went along with us on this adventure. And we hope you continue to do so next time. Please follow us on our Instagram. Please follow us on our Twitter. Please follow us at Facebook. Please follow us on our Patreon. Follow us everywhere. Follow us individually. We all have social medias. We also have our collective social media at Hazards and Hijinks. Contact us at any time. We'd love to hear from you. Feedback is always great. We love you. We do this because we love you, and we're going to keep doing it until you demand we stop, and probably for a few weeks after, because we love just doing this. So thank you so much. Have a great night. Let's end the show as we always do with a hearty huzzah. 3, 2, 1.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Michael, stop trying to kill yourself every adventure.
Not gonna stop. Because if I can do it, I was like, if I kill myself this adventure, she's gonna be able to revive me anyways. I was like, maybe I can get crazy. Gregory.
Are you trying to kill yourself before your son does? Is it like a competition?
I will say that we got a really good internal view to some of the conflict that goes on within Michael.
Michael, you
And
can't
Michael
die.
gave Mildreth a really good compliment, and he seemed like he got a better understanding of Mildreth's true power and ability.
Oh yeah, I think we all did.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
it
think just in
was-
chaos magic in general, like dark, like necromancy and magic in general.
Oh yeah, we learned a ton about